Live again. This is Samantha Samuels, all about authentic living God's way. That's what I love to do, is live authentically God's way. That means nothing is going to be perfect. You could aim for excellence, but nothing will be perfect. If we wait for perfect, we'll never get anything done. That's what I've learned and continue to learn. Today is the 1st of July, or July 1st, whichever way you say it. And if you have never liked my channel, go ahead and like, subscribe to get content. I'll be getting, giving you more content, but today I just wanted to come on and say hello. And just like, okay, we're in the middle of the year. We're in the middle, so we can't go back, right? We can go forward. So what are your plans? What are some things that you will do to get you to the finish line before December 31st? What can you do to help build, whether it be your health? What will you do to increase? We all say, "Oh, I want to eat healthier. I want to get better. I want to be healthy. I want to have more energy." Well, what are we doing to do that? For me, walking, because it's hot and it's nice outside. So get out and walk. Of course, hydrate yourself, drinking water. I realize that water is really not working for me, so I'm actually going to increase on my coconut water. And so that's what I'm going to do, is increase my coconut water while I'm walking outside so I can have more energy. And I told my husband I need more energy. I don't need to have low energy. I need to have high energy. So what will you do this as you're in the half of the year? What will you do to help you, whether it be physical? What about your mental? Taking care, self-care, taking care of your mental, making sure that you find. I was listening to a video, like Brandy Harvey. I'm going to shout her out. I'm even going to tag her. I am loving her channel. Like, she has such amazing content. It's really, oh my goodness. Yesterday she had Cheryl Riley on there. Forgive my Caribbean, not forgive. Cheryl, I think it was Cheryl Riley or Shirley. I think it's Shirley Riley. Anyway, it's a S, whatever, however you say that. Riley on there. I literally watched that interview twice because there was so much nuggets on there of how to help you. And one of the things that she said is that peace is power. Finding peace is power. It's not money. And what she said is that most people who are successful, they're driven, but a lot of times they're not confident. And I was like, oh, like Home Alone. That interview was everything. I'm telling you, it was everything for me. It really rejuvenated me, just gave me the energy I needed, gave me the motivation, and to help me build, help me to push me, to get to where I need to go. So, and if you haven't watched it, I promise you, watch it. I'll tag it in this video so you can watch it. But what will you do, right? Because we can't look backwards. Do not look backwards. There's nothing in the back for you. Don't look back in regret. Don't look back like, oh my gosh, I wish I did this. Just start from now. What will you do? You're starting afresh. God says, can you not see it? I am doing a new thing in you. And so as July 1st is right here, it's my hubby's birthday month as well. His birthday's next Sunday. Oh my gosh, already. So we're going to be celebrating him. But what will you do? And like I called him this morning, I said, hey, I think we should do A, B, C, D. And he said, yeah, you know what? That sounds like a good idea. One of the things I go to Tabernacle of Praise Church under the leadership of my amazing bishop, Pastor T.J. McBride, and Bishop T.J. McBride and Pastor Shanae McBride. And one of the things they had this weekend was marriage empowerment, and all about how do you come together collectively to work together to become one as a united force in marriage so that you can get the best out of life, because God believes in marriage. And the reason why God believes in marriage, because it unites two people that comes together as one, and God will bring my ideas, my husband ideas, and then it can become one idea, and then we can able to execute once we strategize how we're going to get those things done, and then we can execute. And so for you, what will you do going forward for the next 6 months? What plans do you have? What goals do you have? What visions do you have? What will you do? So for me, when it comes to time, I'm going to work on not wasting God's time, using every minute of God's time, every waking minute, to make sure that I'm reaching my goals, because I have a lot of things that I have going on, right? But I want to reach my goals, and I want to stay focused. I want to be committed. And so I am going to go and just say, Lord, I'm trusting you in this. Like, as my husband says something, and I said, nope, it's not for us to think about it. It's for us to put it on paper, plan it out, and pray about it. Invite God into the space. A lot of times we want to figure it out on our own, and God does not. When we figure it out on our own, it means that we're leaving God out of it. In this season, going forward, I am not leaving God out of anything, because I realize when I jump in and do stuff without really seeking God's face, it sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work. But I learned, in over the years in learning, it's like, nope, keep God in everything, because God wants to be a part of everything. So on this July 1st or 1st of July, whichever way you decide to say it, what are your plans to push you forward to finish 2024 strong, healthy, mentally stable, and wealthy in all aspects of your life? All aspects, because we all have a vision. And I attended this leadership meeting in this church, Revolution Church, this morning. And one of the things he said, people are always talking about prosperity gospel. You need money to get where you need to go, right? And once you're using money for the benefits and for the goodness of God and for doing God's work, as I heard someone says, no one asks the CEO of, whether it be Walmart or Saks or all of these big companies, no one asks the CEOs, well, why are you driving that? Why are you wearing that? But when it comes to the church, we're constantly, well, why are you doing that? Aren't you supposed, well, why are you, well, why not? If we say that our God is rich in houses and land, why should Christian live poor? Because it's a state of mind. Because the word tells Christians, oh, you just, God says we don't beg for nothing. David says, I've been young and now I'm old. I've yet to see the righteous forsaken or his seed begging bread. So in your authentic living for God, live true to who you are based on who God has called you to be, and live free with peace and joy, not living up to anyone else's standard or anyone else's what they may think you are, but live to God's standard. Live to God's standard. So live it up, but live with integrity, live with humbleness, live with a grateful spirit, and live the way God wants you to live. Don't allow anyone to dim your lights, and don't allow anyone to tell you who you are, because you should know who you are. You are who God say you are. You are who God say you are. I am fearfully and wonderfully made in the image of God. Not in the image of man, in the image of God. I come with a spirit of boldness, a boldness like a lion. Therefore, everything that God has for me is for me. Someone said the other day, and actually it was the second time I heard it, and she said, when you know your how becomes enjoyable. When you know your why you're doing what you're doing, why you are, why you're doing it, what's your purpose and your why, then your how becomes enjoyable. And she also said to me, get rid of the middleman. Get rid of the middleman. Too often we feel that we need a connection here and there and there and there in order to get to where we need to go. And God says, get rid of the middleman. There's no need for a middleman. The only middleman we need is Jesus. So go live, plan, strategize what you will do for the next half of the year to to take your family to the next level. And you know, as I listened to Brandy's interview with Riley, she said one of the things God taught her is that don't don't do things based on what you see your finances are, or oh my God, I can't do that because I don't have any money. I can't do that because, oh, there's a lot of things you can do. You can go do some research. You can do, if you don't have internet in your home, you can go to the library. Wi-Fi is everywhere, but be intentional this year. You can create, you can prepare. That's what you're doing. In this season, you may be in a season where, okay, I don't have the money, but what you have is the vision and the ideas and the dream that God has given you. So write out your preparation and do what God has called you to do. And when God sees that you're working, then God is going to come in and take what you have done and push it, and he's going to be the one to find the funding for you. So go be great this year and live your true authentic life God's way. God bless you. Have a great day.